Almost everyone has gone through a period where they collect things, but for some, this passion grows into an obsession that never ends. Mixed media artist Kathy Larkin spends her spare time roaming the streets picking up objects or pieces of junk that catch her eye. Seeing the hidden beauty in what others leave behind, Kathy gives her collections a second life by using them in her artwork.
I think, as I say, I always have liked the idea of collecting things, and I think it's kind of just part of me. And because I get immense enjoyment out of making stuff, it has become a bit of a passion. So I do go out looking for things, particularly like I say now, there's a council clean up on. I'll go out, later today and have a good rummage around,
Dr. Jessica Grisham from UNSW Psychology says that a person's obsession with collecting can be driven by anxiety or emotional comfort, but identity is always a significant factor.
There's a couple of different key types of belief we find drives collecting and saving behavior. Things like people who identify with their objects or the things that they collect, so they view whatever they're collecting, whether it's dolls or records or knickknacks. People have quite a range of interesting things that they collect and save, and that might be a way that they think represents who they are and their identity in a way that they can experience and express their own identity.
As an artist, Kathy is able to physically express her identity through the journey that her collecting takes her on in the making of her mixed media work.
I don't want to be, conform to everything, and, nor should you have to. Art's about self-expression, isn't it? And that's my self-expression. And, I'm sure that'll change along the way. I won't be doing these type of things, although I'm enjoying that for the moment. Probably in 6 months' time, it'll find a different focus. It just depends on what I find and how all that takes its shape. And that's kind of exciting. I'd hate to think that I just got stuck doing painting. I find that side of it quite intriguing, that it just takes you off in a different direction.
People's reasons and manner behind collecting vary greatly. Reverse Garbage is an environmental cooperative that has hordes of items for resale in an aim to extend the life of things before they're thrown out. Retail manager Kirsten Juna has witnessed the attraction of the corporation since she was 10.
What staggers me about working here is that no one item has that same use or reuse potential. Everyone that comes in here looks at things completely different, so that's one of the things that, working here keeps it interesting. There is no average customer. That's a question we get asked a lot, and it is not like a clothing store that only targets one demographic, a certain age, it's seasonal. We are open to everyone, and everyone comes. Parents, collectors, designers, hoarders. If they're a collector, it's always the same thing. So, when I see a regular customer walk in, I know exactly what they're going to be looking at. And then, if something does come in, I can say, look, come and look at this. I know you're going to really like that.
Research proves that people form a compulsion to collect and buy things in response to the positive or negative emotions they feel when collecting. Dr. Grisham explains the positive side of this.
I guess if you want to break down in a really simple way, you can think of the positive emotions and the negative emotions. So in a positive emotions framework, people who, when they find something that gets them excited or will be perfect for their collection or really represents their identity in just the right way or is really beautiful to them, they get an emotional, positive feelings about that. Pride, happiness, joy, pleasure, and that feeling, that rush of positive feelings can be, I guess you might term it, addictive, that they want to then find more things that make them feel positive and happy.
For Kathy, it is a deep satisfaction that motivates her to collect.
I just find it's really good for the soul. It's just something that I guess I feel like I was always meant to do in some ways, because I think honestly, there's pieces I've used that I've had in the cupboard or in the garage for years. And I don't know why I kept them, to be honest. I think my husband wanted to throw them out lots of times, and I said, oh no, just keep it for a bit. And I'm starting to use them.
Someday, Kathy hopes to sell her artwork so that others can get the same enjoyment out of her collections. Caitlin Bloor, Fixate Magazine.